Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Halimatussyadiyah. My cell number is 0014. I want to presentation for my paper. The title is Teaching Reading at Junior High School. Next. The first is introduction. Next. The introduction. The first is background. Reading is a crucial skill that English students must master. Reading raises kids' awareness of a variety of topics. Currently, the teacher managed by 2013 national curriculum are broke between pedagogic and effective dimensions. Teachers must know the strategies and character education for students. In teaching English to junior high school requires a strategy for teaching. On the other hand, character education cannot be taught as a unit. The second is problem statement. Teachers are not ready for the change that are taking place in the world of education. As an example is currently when the change in curriculum from the education unit level curriculum S.Pd to the 2013 curriculum. There was extraordinary confusion among teachers in carrying out learning methods and models. The last is object of research. Predicting the text using prior knowledge, learners is learning while reading a text, perceiving the text orderly and meaningful, comprehending and interpreting the written text. Next slide. The second is literature review. Next slide. Definition of teaching. Teachers are individuals who deliver instruction, typically in a primary, secondary, or university context. In terms of membership, teaching is the world's largest profession in the 21st century. There are predicted to be around 80 million educators globally. Despite the fact that their duties and tasks varies by country, disparities among teachers tend to be bigger inside a country than between countries. The next is definition of reading. One of the four language skills, listening, reading, writing, and speaking, that every human being must learn to master, connect with one's feeling and throw together information and enhance one's scientific understanding. According to Taliban, reading is a process that is optioned by the reader of the author, goes through written words. Next slide. The next is instructional reading principle. The first is reading is an active vocation, not a passive skill. The second is pupils must be interested in what they are doing. Pupils must be interested in the reading context. The third is children should be encouraged to respond to the content of a reading text. The first is book communicate to us the quoted text and title give us hint about what in the book before we even read the word. The fifth is match the assessment to the topic. One student have recited reading text and appropriate exercise should be devised. The last is a good instructor make full use of the reading text. Any reading text has phrase, word, ideas, description, and so on. The last is concept teaching reading at junior high school. The first is reciprocal teaching. The second is cognitive strategy instructional. The third is close reading. The fourth is reading workshop. Next slide. The third is method. The first is research approach. The type of research that will be used is qualitative research. research. The method is this research was conducted in real student classroom for children with low reading levels. The 10 participants were junior high school students in one room with poor reading skills because this research was conducted in their classroom. Next slide. The fourth is finding and discussion. Next slide. The finding based on the data collected in this study, teachers who teach reading cannot handle students who cannot read. Whether or not students can read is closely related to student learning abilities and motivation. The discussion, teaching reading at the junior high school level is a critical aspect of education as it lays the foundation for student literacy skills and their overall academic success. It is important to have effective strategies and approach in place to ensure that students develop strong reading abilities and a love for reading. Here are some key points to consider in the discussion about teaching reading at the junior high school level. The first is developmentally appropriate materials. The second is balanced literacy approach. The third is reading strategies. And the last is vocabulary instruction. Next. Okay, the last is closing. Conclusion. From the study, researchers conclude that teacher brings goodness in influence on student learning through class practice. Teacher believe in teaching reading discussed in this study relates to several aspects such as learning objective, the role of the teacher, the principle of teaching reading, and the concept of teaching reading to students. This study sums that they believe combined with the farmer knowledge will greatly influence them in the class practice. And the last is suggestion. Teacher suggestion because interactive technique can improve students' understanding. High school English teacher can utilize it to teach English reading comprehension. Suggestion for additional research student motivation to study English reading comprehension can also be increased via interactive techniques. When students see a teacher reading fluently and enthusiastically, they are more likely to choose the same book or another book by the same author or lesser reading. Enough for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.